This woman who's now 37, 38 years old, I hope that this didn't happen because I don't ever want to see this happen to no female. And we know black women are assaulted more than all other groups of women, and their perpetrators are less likely to be held accountable, Art. But here's another thing that got to be looked at too. From the political side, Art, from the political side, we had Bill Cosby convicted in 2018. We had R. Kelly convicted in Brooklyn in 2021 and convicted again in Chicago in 2022. We had Sean Combs currently held in custody awaiting trial in 2024. And now we got Sean Carter not being accused of criminal behavior, but behavior that could have him found civilly responsible for the abuse of this woman. The point that I'm getting at, Art, that's 4 black male billionaires in 6 years. If we just take 2018 to 2024, we have seen a black male billionaire publicly destroyed once every year and a half. Now, even if you believe that these men are no good and they committed this crime, I don't have a problem with that. If they're guilty, they should pay the price. I'm not defending no one who abuses women or abuses children. I want to be clear about that. But if they are innocent, Art, and I do believe Bill Cosby was, I don't believe Puffy engaged in interstate sexual trafficking against people's will. I don't believe that. Sean Carter, I don't know, but I don't believe it. It still remains to be seen. But here's the point that I'm getting at, Art. If these men are innocent of even some of these charges, this clearly speaks to an agenda and a conspiracy to destroy black male billionaires in this country. We only have but so many of them. The only ones left after this, look at this, Art. You got Cosby. He was an elder, but nonetheless, he's the most significant black television figure in the history of American media. Bill Cosby, the first black man with his own TV show. Bill Cosby opened up the door for Richard Pryor. So you got rid of Bill Cosby, or at least you destroyed him publicly. R. Kelly got sentenced to 30 years in Brooklyn, Eastern District of New York Fed Court. Then he picked up another 20 years, Art, in 2022, Northern Illinois Federal District. So he got 30 years in Brooklyn Federal Court, 20 years in Chicago Federal Court. They want R. Kelly to die in jail, Art. He ain't supposed to never get out. He was 54. He was 54 years old when he got convicted in Brooklyn. That was September of 2021. You get a 30-year sentence, Art, and you 54. You get out when? 84 years old. They basically telling you joining your ancestors from prison. And then even after that, he gets convicted by another federal court of an additional 20 years in Chicago. So basically, R. Kelly is supposed to join his ancestors from prison. Then you got Sean Combs because he sued Diageo Liquor and started that black political party. And now you got Sean Carter. Who does that leave, Art? That leaves Kanye West. That leaves Tyler Perry. That leaves Tiger Woods, and LeBron James. LeBron James. Now check it out. Kanye's still standing, but he was scandalized. They tried to break him, though. He just survived it. Tiger Woods, still standing, but he was scandalized. That only leaves Tyler Perry and LeBron James. And if you notice, Art, and I hope both brothers survive it, if they're innocent, I hope Tyler and LeBron survive it. But they trying to tie LeBron James to the Diddy freak-offs. Right now, they're trying to tie LeBron James to the Diddy freak-offs, and they working on tearing Tyler Perry down. They saying that he has his own surviving Tyler Perry thing where he's allegedly SA'd a bunch of young black male actors and did a whole bunch of other inappropriate stuff. So the point that I'm making, Art, is we have to ask ourselves as black people, as American Africans, is this a pure coincidence that they literally, right now as we sit here and talk, 6 of 8 black male billionaires in America, 6 of 8 of them are either convicted, in jail, could be convicted, or currently going through court for sex assault charges. But you don't see the same thing happening with white males. Now, some people will say, what about Michael Jordan? I'm not including Michael Jordan. I'm not including Michael Jackson. Excuse me. Of course, they assassinated Michael Jackson. I'm not including Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Robert Smith, Oprah Winfrey. I'm not including them, Art, because they're much older. The only person I'm talking about who's older is Bill Cosby. Everybody else is a young black billionaire. But the point is, Art, anybody with two eyes can tell. There's clearly an agenda here to destroy the black male billionaire, the young black male billionaire. And I'll tell you why they want to do it. Because consciousness is at an all-time high with black people. Our children are learning more, reading more, studying more. They want to make sure that when they drop the hammer on black America, they want to make sure that our black billionaires who still have some street credibility, who still have some connection to the hood, they want to make sure they don't bail us out. They want to make sure that the young black billionaire class does not come to the aid of black America when Donald Trump and the American white power structure drops the bomb on black America, the metaphorical bomb on black America. They going after them, Art. Now check this out. I want to go another way with this. In the year 2000, New York City Council passed this law. It's the Gender-Based Violence Protection Act that protects women who have been the victims of abuse by men. I don't have a problem with that, Art. It's been around since the year 2000. It came out the same year that she alleges that she was attacked. Okay. They've updated this law a couple times. But here's my question to you, Art. When you talk about conspiracy theory, let me throw this at you. Bill Cosby gets convicted in September 18. R. Kelly gets convicted in Brooklyn, September 2021. Chicago, September 2022. In December of 2022, stay with me on this. December of 2022, the New York City Council decides to amend the Gender-Based Violence Protection Act. And they add this unprecedented clause, Art, that says any woman in New York City who has ever been the victim of violence or sexual violence at the hand of a man can bring a civil suit. They didn't say they could bring criminal suit, Art. Nobody's going to jail. But they said you could bring a civil suit. Money. You can go get money. And check this out, Art. There's no statute of limitations. It don't matter if you was assaulted in 2000. It don't matter if you was assaulted in 1980. It don't matter if you was assaulted in 1880. If you still alive and he's still alive, you can drag him into court for a civil suit right now. Art, it's unprecedented. You can hardly find a law like that anywhere in America that gives any woman who was assaulted at any time in her life without no evidence to go after the perpetrator and drag them into court. Now, here's what I want you to pay attention to, Art. My question is it a coincidence? Here's what I'm going at. Bill Cosby, September 18 conviction. R. Kelly, September 21 conviction. R. Kelly, September 22 conviction. Then you got Puffy, 2024. Jay-Z, 2024, being charged. Here's my question, Art. Who decided on city council? Why did the New York City Council, Art, decide to amend the gender-based violence protection law? It's been around 22 years. They decide to add this clause. It's only good for 2 years, Art. It's a 2-year window from March the 1st of 2023 to March the 1st of 2025 to bring a suit against any man who has ever assaulted you at any time in your life. My question, Art, why did they decide to do this? Bill Cosby is already convicted. R. Kelly is already convicted. They added that law because they knew they were going after Sean Combs and Sean Carter. I'm going to say it again. Art. I want somebody to prove me wrong on this. You don't create a law unless you plan on using it, correct? You don't just sit around thinking up laws. You don't sit at a dinner table unless you're about to eat. You don't put your shoes on unless you're about to go walk. You don't give your child no toys unless they're about to play. Why did New York City Council amend this law that's 22 years old to allow women to go as far back as they want to bring men into court so they can get paid off civil cases for the next 2 years? They knew they was going after Sean Combs and they knew they was going after Sean Carter, Art. Nobody can convince me otherwise. I hope that this